Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the pre-market show. Hope you had an amazing weekend, and I hope you're having a great morning this Monday as we get ready to start this trading week. Good morning, Norm. How you doing today?
Hey, good morning, Carlos. I'm doing great, thanks.
Excellent. All right, guys.
Yourself?
I'm doing okay, man. Doing okay. Cannot complain.
Good.
Had a great weekend. Hope you guys had a great weekend as well. And let's get ready for another week here. All right, guys. So as usual, for those joining us for the first time, this is our morning rundown. We go over the stocks that we traded yesterday, but not today. Usually do that on Tuesday through Friday. Then we'll go over our news, whatever's going on with the SPY. Norm will give us any update on what's happening there. Then we head over to our gappers list. Kind of break down what stocks in here are looking really good. We do tend to go a little bit fast, so if it's your first time, I definitely suggest you check out class number 2 in the education center. We go over how do we find these stocks in play and what exactly we're looking for. We also have an older version in our YouTube channel of that class number 2, so check out that class as well. Andrew was kind enough to put that available for you guys, so just search our YouTube channel class number 2 and you can see the criteria of what we're looking for every morning. Then we'll look at Nasdaq active, Nasdaq gainers, go over some quick announcements of our community and what's going on with Bearable traders, and then we'll come back to levels of support and resistance. And we usually are finishing up around 9:15, 9:16. Then that's when Andrew comes on and starts working on his finalized list. All right, guys, good morning. Good morning for those joining us. Let's get to it. So let's start over here with our gappers. Let's see what's going on. Well, first of all, let's start with the SPY. Let's see what's going on with the SPY this week. Oh, man, I haven't looked at the SPY yet, but look at this. Okay, Norm, what do we have going on for the SPY, and hopefully anything exciting happening this week?
Yeah, gapping up a 0.5%, essentially. Nice little pop on the SPY. Got a nice run last week. This trade news and phase one of the China deal is done. Of course,
Yeah.
details aren't really out on it, so not specific, but expect more info to come on that, of course. As far as economic data this week, we've got Empire State Index that'll just came out. We've got manufacturing PMI, services PMI that'll come out at 9:45 Eastern, home builders at 10. Number of things throughout the week. We'll touch on them each morning, but some important stuff by the end of the week coming out for sure. What else? That's what I got as of now, Carlos.
All right, excellent. All right, folks, so let's get to it. Let's look at our gappers list. We got quite a bit here from Monday, which looks very nice. So I like when Monday starts like this, a little bit interesting. AXSM on here, we are up 82%. Wow, some nice big pop on ASM here. And we do have 690,000 shares traded so far. So that's a nice, pretty decent volume here. I don't recall trading this one. Maybe we had it on our gappers list before. So again, not sure what kind of stock this is.
It's come up in our list before. It's a biotech company. They are this morning released that they had positive drug trial data. Excuse me, I can't talk this morning.
It's okay, man. It's a Monday. It happens. All right, so then this one is looking all right, guys. Again, got a lot of activity, a lot of volume. Again, this is a nice pop, 80% this morning. So definitely keep an eye on this one. Let's head down over to AMRN. This is one that has been very active over the last couple of days. Just look at the daily, right? We have several gaps up here that have been pretty nice to trade, and then we've kind of been just wedging into this resistance area around 24. Today we're gapping above that. So it didn't give us a chance to take a play of that in an actual trade at the open, right, throughout the morning. We're kind of getting a nice, beautiful gap here, leaving this area of resistance, which is really nice. So again, has been trading very well. Today we're up nicely, 7%, 2.2 million shares traded so far. We do have shares for sure on this one. This is going to be an interesting one to watch today. Just want to
For sure.
remind ourselves, what is the ATR on this one? 93 cents. And it is not a low flow, guys. 327 million shares flow. Norm, obviously this thing has been having some news. It's been having some good stuff happening for it. But what's
Yep.
going on today?
Well, so they have a drug, Verseppa, that is for reducing high triglycerides. And on Friday, it was halted for a while, and then they received news, or they released news that the FDA had cleared it to be used for all kinds of other stuff regarding cardiovascular disease,
Mm-hmm.
and a slew of other things. Essentially, that this is a one of a kind drug that will help a lot of the cardiovascular issues, stroke and such. So it also has a 33% short float as of the last time it was reported on November 29th, I believe would be the date.
Okay.
It got a big pop on Friday, and they just had a conference call. I think it's over by now, probably talking about this new prescription availability for this drug.
Gotcha. Yeah, so I'm seeing
Essentially, a quarter of the adult population. Apparently, the potential population that could be helped by this is like a quarter of the adult population of the U.S.
Yeah, that's a big number. That is a big number. So looking at as in actual numbers, right? Not percentage. 25 does not sound like a lot, but that's a big number for a company like this. So some significant good news here on this one. We are definitely seeing some of that action here in this great volume. Up 6% this morning, worth taking a look at. We'll definitely could find some levels. Not sure if they're all-time high or not, but look at 24. This area here is nice. So we're kind of crushing that level.
It's not an all-time high. It's a high for any time recently. It was quite a bit higher, maybe a decade ago or something.
Gotcha. So significant, at least 52-week high there. All right, let's head over to MU, our buddy, which has been actually back on the radar, trading very, very nice, guys. We had a couple of days here where, again, MU it's been on a horrible trading spree. Look at this choppiness here. AMD's got its act together and started trading a lot better, and MU seemed like last week finally got it going here, breaking through some areas of resistance and putting in some really nice green bullish bars here. So MU, I think it's going to be exciting to watch. We do have some great volume on MU, 296. This is the type of volume we like to see on MU. We're up 3%, which is nice also, and we do have some very good clean levels here that we can play with today. So I'm gonna remove them for now. We'll get some fresh ones later as we start doing our support and resistance. Good pre-market activity. Again, it doesn't seem all that great, but for MU, this is a great pre-market activity. It does not really move all that much in the pre-market usually. So BA is next. Norm, now that we're talking about MU, in regards to semiconductors, anything that's going on in that area with the NVIDIAs, the AMDs of the world that we should be aware of?
Yeah, I mean, they're just they're kind of on a tear recently with got through their trough period. They're very cyclical in nature, semiconductor stocks. They just got hammered in 2018, and they've been on a grind up. MU this morning got upgraded out of Susquehanna from a essentially hold to a buy, and their price target from $45 to $85. So that's what's giving MU the pop this morning.
All right, very nice. So yeah, MU definitely like it on my list this morning. Again, the last couple of days has been trading really, really well. If you look at the intraday trading on these days here, has been very clean. Next, we have BA. So BA is taking a bit of a hit today, down 3.9, 334,000 shares traded so far and climbing. The daily looks very interesting. As you can see, BA can have a very nasty range. I mean, look at this the range here, right? We're kind of 390 all the way down to 328. So it's very, very rangy type. Again, you got a lot of action happening here. We got some pretty decent sized days towards the bottom and towards the top as well on BA. So again, when it is in play, it can do very, very well. This morning, Norm, a bit of a hit, down 3.9, almost 4. What's causing it?
Yeah, so obviously they've had the problem with the 737 MAX for a year or so now. So they have been saying, they've been saying that they thought it was going to get recertified by the end of the year and be back in the air. The FAA has kind of been angered by this because they made the FAA look bad to begin with. And now the Friday, I believe it was, the FAA guy over recertifying this pretty much said there's no way this is going to be recertified until at least sometime next year. So with that news and the next delay, rumor is that they are either going to drastically reduce the production of the 737 MAX, which they've already reduced it by about 20%,
right?
Or they might even halt production right now. So not good news for Boeing.
Yeah, definitely not good news for them. We are getting into an area. If you can see, there's some support happening here, so we're kind of approaching that this area here, let's see what kind of develops as we get closer to that 327, 326 level. So BA is in play today. Again, it could be a stock that can be a little bit difficult to trade. It kind of reminds me a little bit of BABA, the way BABA trades. And again, I don't know if these type of higher price stocks just move in that fashion, but you got other stocks that are higher price that don't move the way these do, move a lot better, like an Apple, like an Nvidia. You know, when those are in play, they just tend to trade a little bit better. The price action, at least, is, for me, is more readable. Norm, I know for you, you prefer Apple over BA any day. So it just tends to be a little more choppy. So just be aware of that. Again,
I mean, it's a NYSE stock. It's in the Dow. It
yeah,
can jump quite a bit. So, especially with the headline news, at any point, it's so in the spotlight. Anything can come out. So I've traded it, but I'm super careful, and I take a tiny size myself
good, good.
if
So
I.
yeah, so we'll definitely keep an eye on this one. Next, we have PCG, also another one that's just been, you know, lighting it up in our scanners. And today they're taking a nice hit here, 25%. So they somehow found a way to crawl out of this hole that they were in, down to $4, made it all the way up to 13. Definitely found some resistance in an area that they had struggled before quite a bit after this gap down going back into early September. You can see the resistance here trying to get above that was, you know, it's very difficult to do that. Then we had some more gap downs, and then from there we came right back up to this area again around $12. It looked like we was going to make a move, start squeezing, and set a nice little pace here to head higher. But today we're getting hit with something here, down 25%, 2.4 million shares traded so far. What has broken out, Norm? I know last week they said they had some settlements happening, but it looks like something has gone wrong.
They're also going through a bankruptcy restructure, which is having tough time getting approved. So that's what is going on there.
Yeah. Guys, this is also a great example of a stock that's struggling that you do not want to be holding any type of swing trading on. I mean, this looks very nice here. We were able to take a lot of great trades, you know, intraday trades, but you don't want to be holding on to a garbage stock like this one. This is, although again it trades well, it's not a low flow stock. This is a garbage stock with all the news behind it. You want to avoid day trading, swing trading this type of stock here. For day traders, this is great. We love this type of movements. We got some volume today. Looks like we might be finding a level of support in the last area of resistance, right? We got some resistance happening here, very clean. So we're finding support around there. We'll see what that does, if we're going to collapse from that A20-ish level, or are we going to bounce. So PCG is nice this morning. We'll keep an eye on it. Good volume, good pre-market activity. We have GOSS here today. Not sure what company this is. Some biotech company, looks like they are down 30%, 173,000 shares traded so far. So a nice big drop here. Pre-market activity is not as clean as like an AMRN, right? This is not a clean pre-market activity. Seems very choppy, although we have some okay volume. That volume is not creating a nice pre-market activity for us. Norm, this is a biotech. Any drug issues going on with this one?
Sure, there is, man, but I'm kind of light on news. I'm light on news for this one right now, so
Yep.
I'm sure I'll find something, but I don't have anything interesting yet.
Yep. We'll keep it on here for now. Again, right now, pre-market activity is not looking all that great. I do love this drop here. That's a big drop of 30%. Definitely worth taking a look at later in a little more detail. Let's look at WVE. So WVE this morning, 53% down this morning. So a nice big gap down on WVE. 163 is our volume at the moment. Again, also looks very similar to this one here. It might almost be the same stock. Might almost be yeah, it looks the daily looks similar, the pre-market looks similar. I won't be surprised these two are connected somehow, because they're both down quite a bit. So but anyway, same situation here, guys. Pre-market activity is not looking all that great. I do love the drop of 53%, 165 on the volume so far traded. So we'll have to see how this develops as we get closer to 9:15. Is because, again, this pre-market is not all that great right now, but this drop is nice. We are sitting at an area where we found some support recently in October and almost in August. So we'll see if we can survive this drop here and start heading higher, or we're going to lose it and start doing a nice little dip here on WVE. Now let's check the flow. So the flow on WVE is 24. So it's not a low flow. You know, it's above that 20 million shares flow that we like to see it on. So again, so definitely worth taking a look at this morning. All right, Nasdaq active, Nasdaq gainers. Norm, I'm sure you don't have anything on this one, or maybe you do.
Actually, I do. So they announced that they are discontinuing development of a muscular dystrophy drug.
Okay, All right. So, and are these two connected or no? Am I wrong here?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, because their daily chart and even their chart now looks so similar. But all right, let's go over to Nasdaq active, Nasdaq gainers. Let's hop on here to Nasdaq active AMRN. We have on our list right now. Seems to be dropping nicely. Might want to close this gap a little bit now that it had gapped up. Again, they have some really good news, so I'm sure there's people taking profits. If you were sitting anywhere in 18 here looking for this breakout, even 21, you're taking profits now when you're hitting 27, 26. That's a big jump. NAKD not doing much as usual. AXSM, this one is on our list today. Again, some good volume, nice big pop here on some news, so we'll definitely keep an eye on this one. ONTX not doing anything here. RGLS penny stock. AMD, let's see what AMD is up to. So AMD's got some volume, 384. This can be a good possible, guys. Look at the breakout on Thursday. Nice, beautiful breakout here. We got a pullback. We kind of could be consolidating in this area now, hopefully. But again, AMD is also trading very well. I'm going to put this down here as a possible for today. It could be a good one to watch after we get closer to finalizing our list here. Let's head down over to Apple. Apple, again, beautiful daily here today. No, I'm sure this is going to be on your list for sure. I mean, today's got a nice daily chart. It's got a nice breakout. Again, breaking all-time highs. What are we? 270.
Yep.
There we go, 277.43. So now we're at all-time high right on there. So again, just continue to tear it up here on Apple this morning. Good volume, good pre-market activity. Definitely worth having this on our list as well. So I'm going to throw this on here, Apple as well. Let's head down over to NK. So NK is not doing much, guys. You got a couple of days here where we kind of have a run up on this somewhat of a penny stock, usually trading around that dollar range. It's got some possible breakouts here. But again, look at this pre-market activity. Volume is great, but again, just this is not anything that looks all that exciting. Also, these stocks that tend to be on this lower price can be very tricky to trade. What is the float, just to be curious on this one? It's not a low float, guys. Actually, 28 million shares float, but it's trading like a low float, at least the price action, right? This is not a clean price action that we want to be involved with. Let's head over to Nasdaq Active AXSM. We have INFN. This one is not doing much, no activity. AMRN, also no volume. ASRT. This was, I think we saw this last week, also active. But again, 45,000 shares traded right now. Doesn't have a lot of volume. Had a couple of decent-sized days. It is a stock that's trading usually under $1. So again, just not anything that I'm excited about. RLMD. This one here is no activity, no volume. BNTX, also not doing much, no activity. ANIX, no activity there neither. We'll skip that one. SRLX, this was got some action going, but man, this 85,000 shares are not even trading all that well. Look at this pre-market activity. This is horrible. The daily chart also looks very choppy, guys. Seems like it's just not anything that looks fun to trade. Let's head down over to ADAP. So ADAP here, again, penny stock. We'll skip this one. And last one on our list, ADIL, had a decent day on Friday. But again, look at this pre-market activity. No volume. Nothing going on there. Norm, aside from Apple, what else are you watching this morning that you like?
Kind of sticking to the list that we already have, man.
Okay.
Nvidia's been on a heck of a tear recently. I've had my eye on that, and Facebook was moving last week. And Lulu provided some good continuation moves on Friday, although there is essentially zero volume today.
Yeah, Lulu was actually in good play last week. Again, this daily looks nice. I know you're in this on a swing trade. So again, this looks like it's turning out pretty nice right here.
I was just day trading that.
Oh, you just day trading that? Okay.
Yeah, right. I didn't have any swings on Lulu.
Oh, gotcha. All right, so let's see what you guys have on your end. What do you guys like this morning? Let's go through this list here. All right, GOSS we have. Yep, we have that one there. Thank you, Norm P. What else we have? AMRN. Yes, we do have AMRN on our list already. Uber. Let's take a look at Uber. See what we got going on there with Uber. So daily looks nice. Looks like it wants to possibly head higher here. Has a nice little. It's built a nice little base. I remember this was when they ended their what was it? They ended what was it? Their expiration period for holding initial stocks. I think this was it.
Yeah, that was their lockup period. I did take a swing on Uber down there around 26 and change.
Nice.
And I got out some at the pop of 30, and then I'm holding a little bit more of it still. So we'll see.
Yeah, daily looks very interesting. Got a nice double bottom here that built up, kind of consolidation here. Nice pullback again, holding where the previous levels of resistance was, and now we're kind of heading high here. So Uber looks good right now. Although it has 265,000 shares traded, this volume is not creating no type of pre-market activity. Now Uber is very active, guys. I know we're going to get volume here. But right now, we're just not seeing anything too exciting at the moment. Let's head down over to what else we have. BTI. BTI, this one sounds familiar. Yeah, it's a foreign stock, guys. Doesn't trade very well. Look at the choppiness on the daily, on the intraday right now, and also look at the daily, how choppy it can be. So again, just a stock that doesn't trade well at all. Let's head over to Roku. Uber we looked at. See what Roku is up to. Another one that also is fun to watch and trade. So Roku this morning is not doing much. Again, pre-market seems just very choppy. We do have 86,000 shares traded so far. It will hit our scanners if it can get above 2 and above 100. Daily looks interesting though, man. We've been holding on to this, what is it, 130-ish or so, 131. So we seem every time to come down, hold this and pop up, come down, hold this and pop up. So again, that's an interesting level for Roku, but again, it's just not doing much right now in the pre-market activity. This could be a good one for a secondary. We can throw this down over with AMD because again, we know Roku can get some good movements when it gets going. Let's take a look at WDC. Needs the volume. Dave from Connecticut is giving us that one. This one here is it's gapping up nice in 4.3. Volume needs to get better, but the daily looks very interesting. So I see what you're looking at here, David. This looks very interesting for a possible pop continuation. Just needs to get more volume. This could be a nice secondary stock to watch. And we have traded WDC before in the past plenty of times. It does trade very well when it gets going. So it's a fun stock to watch and trade. It can be interesting to do so. What else, guys? Let's head down here. What else do we have? We'll do a few more. WW, and let's take a look at Tesla. See what's going on with Tesla. So WW this morning. Here, not much activity, not much volume, guys. So again, not much going on WW. Let's take a look at Tesla. See what our boy Elon Musk is up to here today. Yeah, not again, just kind of following what the SPY and some of the semis like Apples are doing. Again, not really doing much at the moment. So just kind of flat at this time. All right, guys, let's go over to some announcements. Norm, did you send me a sheet? I don't think I.
No, I don't have a new sheet, so I apologize.
Okay.
I was having issues this morning.
No,
so
no worries, man. So
we can go over the sheet that we have, and I will just verbally say if anything is different. Yeah.
All right, let me get this one up here. 1 second, folks. Just want to bring this up. All right, here we go.
All right, guys, weekly rundown. So Brian typically, he's been out a little bit. He put a nice video over the weekend on YouTube. So if you haven't seen it, go ahead and check that out as well. As Carlos pointed out last week, if you haven't, he puts out also his, he has an email list where he updates swing trading and what trades he takes, just to give an idea of his style. If you haven't done that, check it out on our site. I don't know if you'll do it this morning. We've got a pretty big gappers list, but we'll point out where that is again in the next couple of days. So then we've got class 1 onboarding at 8 p.m. tonight. Tuesday and Thursday, we've got trade reviews at noon in the classroom. Wednesday, we've got our success webinar at 8 p.m. Eastern in the lifetime member classroom. And then, so that's it right there. Success webinar, how to trade first 5 minutes. That's going to be this Wednesday at 8 p.m. with Andrew and Eamon. And then the scanner contest is still ongoing. If you go into the forums, you can post your scanner, trade idea scanner. Community will vote. You can win an iPad or an iPhone. Also, if you're watching us on YouTube and like to try out the room, haven't been in the room, you can do so at a discount. You use the promo code premarket24, premarket24, and you'll get a discount. Does not auto renew or turn into another kind of membership. Also, if you subscribe and hit the notification bell, you'll be notified whenever we go live with new content. Thanks, guys.
All right, excellent, folks. All right, so let's get to our list here, guys. Let's start over on the top here. So let's remove the SPY. Obviously, we're not looking at that. Let's start with ASXM. Excuse me. These are all-time high also, right? Just want to go back and see, do we have any levels up here? I believe they are. Just want to be sure. Oops. Yeah, I think so. I don't see anything, at least going back 2015, nothing. All right, so looks like we're hitting all-time high, guys, on this one. That will be sitting right at 87.75. So we'll mark that down. Again, no other levels up there. We do have a nice pop here with, again, we're kind of on a little island here with no levels up or down when it comes to the daily chart, right? The best thing we have, the closest thing we have is this 50 area of resistance that we had for a couple of days, kind of broke out of that now real nice, heading all the way from 50 up to, again, this thing is up to 87, so up 81% this morning. So nice big pop for this stock. Pre-market activity is looking very well. I am going to mark down some of the levels here in the pre-market just to have something. So we do have one here at 67.24. I'm going to have that down, and also in here you have an area where it kind of popped up a little bit, 79.81, and we kind of held this for resistance for a while until we were able to break out of it. So I'm going to mark that down because you really have nothing else on here as far as good daily levels. Okay, so also keep in mind this stock is moving quite a bit. I want to check out what is the ATR on this. This ATR is $3.51 right now. This is a 14-day average. Obviously today it is a lot higher than that, guys. Our low is 51.25 and our high is 87. And if you look at some of these candles like this one here, this is 81.81 and the bottom is 77.82. So you really have to manage your shares accordingly. This is an animal here. You do not want to take a large size on this type of stock. This can move very aggressively, very fast. Even light moves that look light on the actual chart can be huge on dollar amount, right? On dollar amount, they're very big moves. Don't get confused because the bars are small. Some of these bars are actually $2 or $3 each. So be careful in trading this one today. But that is the best levels we have, guys. Again, also be aware, if you get 50 cents, if you get 60 cents, $1 out of this stock, that is a good move. Take profits, okay? Don't wait to try to hit a home run and get $5, $10 moves out of it, because we all know how stocks move, right? They have the pullbacks, they can change direction. So if you get into a very nice move on this one, please take profits. Also the spread, check the spread before you get into the trade. Right now spread is about looks like it's been popping between 11 to 20 cents. So just check the spread. Make sure you're not getting too far behind the 8 ball here and getting into a really bad situation. AMRN, we have traded in the past. This one has been trading really nice, guys. Let's look at some levels here. High of the pre-market sitting at 27.60. Our low of the pre-market is right at an area that was prior resistance a couple of days ago, 24.73. And you can see here how that was resistance on this beautiful pop. We headed back down to the moving averages and kind of worked our way right up to this level of resistance, 24, and then was able to crack out of this one very nice this morning on a beautiful pop. We're down now 5%. We're giving some back in the pre-market. Here's our pop. Again, this pop started going actually on Friday. So on Friday, you can see the news broke out. You can see the post activity here. Post-market traded very well, and today we're kind of giving some back a little bit here, heading right to that area of 24 where we have some support and some resistance in the past. So be aware of that. Here's MU, guys. So MU at the moment, it's let's mark the high of the pre-market. It's been trading so well the last couple of days. It's worth having it on our list again. 53.04 is the high of our pre-market. The low is sitting right at an area where the previous day closes and several levels are. So I'm not going to add any more on MU. I think this is perfect. Towards the bottom, towards the top. Let's see what's the next level of resistance up here. So if we look above 53, just want to look above 53 here. Clearly, guys, we got some very clear levels, right? This one here, right over here, right? I'll show you why this is clean. 57.35. It's just a beautiful level. Look, right? You got the support, support, resistance. You got nice support here and this consolidation up here, right? When we gapped up. So you got the beautiful support, several days of that 57.35. Then we consolidated, come right back up. Guess what? 57.35 again becomes resistance. Head right back down. So that's the clean area of resistance here, 57.35. Right, slightly above that, we have some minor support and resistance around 54. So I'm going to mark that down. But notice the difference between 55, right, 55.03 actually. Notice the difference between this level of support and resistance and this one, right? This is major, this is minor, this is very clean, very clear. Everybody's looking at that, 57.35. This one is slightly in there. You have several days opening and closing around that area, but you want to have something between 52 and 57. That's a big pop. We're not going to get that on MU in one swing. 55 is a decent level of support and resistance there. Let's look at BA, guys. So BA has a nice, beautiful drop. We're getting into an area on the daily where we do have some support coming up at 324.69, then all the way down here at around 319. We'll mark that down as well. Towards the top, you have a nice little gap here around 334. We'll mark that down. And then from there, you got the previous day close and highs and lows from the last 2 trading days. We got that up there. So that's it on BA, guys. Again, BA is very active this morning. Got 418,000 shares traded. Actually, we can mark the low of the pre-market as well because we seem to have tested this several times already. 1, 2, almost 3 here. And we could easily get a bounce out of this 327.02 low of our pre-market. PCG, guys, nice big drop here. Could not continue its beautiful uptrend that it had going. Broke out of this area of resistance for a moment or so, but then right back down here in a nice little gap down this morning. 22% with 3.1 million shares traded. So low of a pre-market sitting at 790. We'll mark that down. The high is sitting around 1020, so we'll also put that on here, 1020. Above this, guys, look at the highs and lows from the last 2 trading days. Do not need to add anymore. This is very congested already, so you're good here. And then towards the bottom of this low, notice how the low of this is the area of where we had prior resistance before we had this beautiful breakout here, right? So that's where we're finding some support. Buyer stepped up before here, but broke out. Now they can step up again, so be aware of that. Towards the bottom, 610, of course, and obviously this one all the way down here, 353. I don't think we'll get there, but again, this 790 is going to be key. 787, your low of the pre-market. If we break below that, we have some potential to possibly hit this 610 here. GOSS, again, guys, this one is down quite a bit, 30%. Pre-market is not looking all that great, guys. We'll do some levels for it, but I'm not a fan of this one and the next one, WVE, just the way they are setting up this morning. So low of the pre-market, 1394. The high is 1803. Towards the top, we do have a nice area right here at 2068, close to 21. Then another one all the way up here at 2221. Towards the bottom, guys, if we look at this 1393, it's a great area of support right on here. It's actually a little bit higher. This one here is at 1458, so you have some good support here on the daily. Let's head back. We have a level that's sticking out here very nicely. I'm going to mark this down because this is a very, very clean area of support, guys. Look at this one here, 17. Right, several days coming down right to that 17, using that as a beautiful, not this one here, but this one here, using that as a beautiful support 1, 2, and 3, and also some consolidation happening around that 1701. You want to have that on your list. Then also you have some down here at 15, several days consolidating around 15 before they head right back up. So that's GOST, guys. Plenty of levels on here. Again, pre-market activity is not looking all that great. We got some volume, but it's pretty flat in the pre-market activity. This is the same way that WVE was looking, still looking this morning. Seems just pretty flat on the pre-market activity. But again, I love this drop of 52%. We do have shares for sure. This is a nice one. Price action sitting right at a level of support right now at around 1770. So let's throw a level there so we have that all set up. Low of the day sitting at $13. We'll put that down as well. Towards the top, guys, we have several areas of levels that we can put on here. We have this one here at 2340. We see some areas of bouncing right on there, and also resistance around that area. Above that, a clean, very clean level of resistance, 27, 28, 27.99, $28. You can see how much that has been resistance for the stock before it's finally able to break out. So plenty of levels here for WVE. The pre-market activity is very light, very quiet. Not much happening here. Also, another one. These two, you really want to watch your number of shares. If you look at some of these candles, they're actually $1. So just be cautious with the number of shares you take there. Apple, guys, I have it on here as a good possible as well. Actually, no, Apple's a good one to watch, period. We are having a great pre-market activity, some really good volume. If we can get above this new all-time high we have here at 277.43, we can get a nice little squeeze going. The SPY is going to be key on that. So I always have a chart of the SPY up, especially the way it's been trading lately. Any news that breaks out, you want to see what's going on here because this can affect the way Apple trades. It always does. So be aware of what the SPY is doing before you start trading Apple. But it looks very strong right now, like it wants to break out here and hit an all-new time high. We have no levels up here, but at the moment, Apple's just been a beauty to trade, guys. Look at this beautiful uptrend that we have on Apple here. All right, folks, that is what we have. Norm, unless I miss anything.
No, not that I'm aware of, man.
All right, and we have some possibles down here. WDC, Roku, and AMD are some good ones to watch today, but our main list is going to be up here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I got probably too many. When Andrew comes on, he's going to fine-tune his list, and then I'll continue to dissect this here, get rid of 2, and watch 6 of the ones I'm going to like for the open this morning. Guys, on YouTube, thank you for joining us. We appreciate that you're spending your time with us. We know you have other options, so we really appreciate you guys hanging out with Bareboot Traders as we prepare every morning, throughout every day. So again, tomorrow, 8:30 Eastern Time, Norm and I will be on again. If it's your first time joining us, we might go a little bit fast, but trust me, come back over and over again. It does become clear as we get deeper into what we're doing every day here. So take care, guys. Trade safe, and we'll see you guys tomorrow, 8:30 Eastern Time.
Hey, guys. Thanks for watching. Trade safe.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Norm. Good morning. If you guys are still watching. So back to Vancouver. We had a great meetup in London. It was really nice on Saturday night. It was in a very beautiful lounge in Shangri-La Tower, a very beautiful view. And thank you so much for all of the people who made it in short notice. Helen did a great job. Pittman did a great job. And yeah, we had really amazing discussions, really nice photos. And after that, we actually went for some party and dancing, and that was awesome. So other than that, I'm also sharing my screen, Carlos, if you want to stop your screen sharing. Yeah, no, London was amazing. I always say that these English people, they know how to have fun, really. That's for sure. All right, so there's really nice gappers right now. So I'm actually freezing my gappers right now. I think we have a lot to look, so I'm just freezing it. MU is our buddy, is back to 52-week. The only level that I see is 53.64 that we have to really go back until many months ago. So back in 2018, we have this 52.64, but I really like MU right now, and if it stays strong at the open, definitely could be a good opening range breakup. Right now, breakup pre-market around 53, so I really like that. And so that's for sure. We're gonna look into that. PCG is gap down again. I don't know exactly the news, but as you know, PCG has been really involved with a lot of lawsuit and stuff for the California fire. So that's interesting. The low of the pre-market is at 817, gap down 22%. That's really a big gap. And on a daily chart, as you see, it's right now it's stuck between a couple of moving averages. And I really like that. We have also one level up here back in November. There's around 816. So it's a really good level. So as you see, between 816 and 7, so there's an area that definitely is a resistance support. So we can take a look at it for sure. AMRN, I'm just going through AMRN quickly and see what AMRN is doing. AMRN has popped up. Now it's selling off in the pre-market. It was really popping up to $27, now down to 25. Let's see daily chart. Let me remove all of these levels because now we are in a different situation. Let's see back in time. Yeah, it looks like it's an all-time high, huh? Yeah, it's an all-time high. Oh no, it is not. Back in 2001 to 2002, we have some stuff. So those levels are really meh. Back in those times, I'm not sure really how these levels are out of value back in 2006. But definitely there are a couple of on a weekly. This is on a monthly chart, but let me see on a weekly chart. If you go back in time, I'm not really sure if these levels back in 2006 and 7, how strong these levels would be. We can definitely put them to have some sort of a guideline, but I don't really bet on those levels. So stuff that we have right now, but they can definitely take a look at it. It's now selling off in the pre-market really bad, but who knows if it opens strong and punch through all of these levels, maybe it could be a good opening range breakup. And if it stays short, weak, it could be a short. We have a lot of shares for short with interactive brokers, at least for VWAP all the way down to this 200 moving average. So AXSM is a fairly low focus stock, gapping up 82%. We do have shares for short as well. Spread is kind of nasty, not great. Spread is, yeah, you got to be careful of your size on that. It's really strong right now. It looks like a good opening range breakup, but again, size really is a matter of importance. So it's an all-time high. So really, there's nothing up there except this high of the pre-market. So you got to be really careful on that for opening ranges. Once is popping higher. Once upon a time, not a lot of activity. Yeah, I'm not sure about that really. So once, I don't like that. Uber popped up 2%, $29. Is there any specific news on Uber, or it's just with the market that the market is strong? Uber has this 29.51 level. Selling Indian food delivery business. Oh, okay. So yeah. So Uber is there down for sure. So we can take a look at that. So we have this moving average at 29.51. So if this is strong, could be definitely a long toward 29.51. Doesn't have a big range Uber, so you got to be a little bit, increasing the share size for a decent profit. So you can expect a good move out of. You can expect $2 move out of Uber. CLVS popped up 2%, but it's kind of messy. On a daily chart, really doesn't have anything. We can keep an eye on that, but it doesn't seem very active right now. AVDL down 2.8%. There are a bunch of levels that's already bouncing back. It's a pharmaceutical company. What's the float? 33 million shares. Could sell off. I have some levels down toward the 643. So if it loses, if it stays weak, the pre-market is not great, but if it stays weak, could be a possible short. Now, how much is the? Yeah, I have 30,000 shares for short. If you keep the shares for short, you can definitely short it all the way toward the 6. But we'll see. We'll see what else we have. Boeing is down 4%. Oh, that's a big drop on Boeing. Boeing is down $324 on a weekly chart. Yeah, we are on a daily chart is amazing for a sell-off toward the break of 320. 320 is a very important level, and 324. That's for sure. And if you want to go back up, there's really nothing toward the upside that can act as a very powerful resistance. So Boeing is definitely a good candidate for an opening range breakdown. PCG, we discussed that. GOS. GOS is gapping down 28.8%, 50 million shares float. Not a huge activity on the pre-market, but daily chart looks okay. We have these couple of levels on daily chart that can act as a potential resistance if you want to go short. I think this one comes a little bit down. Yeah, there's back in. Yeah, GOS is interesting. I don't like the daily chart much, but it does definitely seems like if it gets good volume and good order flow, I like the daily chart. If you want to go back up to the long, definitely work toward 1923. Yeah, we can take a look at it, but I'm not a big fan of that at this stage. WVE. Oh, that's also interesting. Is it the same company? It looks like the same company, is it? It's very similar. Yeah, daily chart looks similar, but that one is also interesting. Let me see for that weekly chart back in 2017. It looks like this big bounce, a couple of bounces here. This one is also interesting, but the daily chart isn't great. I said the same thing, but they're not. Yeah, the daily chart the pre-market was exactly the same. So MU is definitely in there. PCG will look at the AMRN 100%. Once, not sure. Yeah, no once. Uber, definitely yes. CLVS, yeah. CLVS is a meh. AVDL is a meh. GOSS, we'll keep an eye on that. WWW, 52%, not a lot of volume. That's going to be meh. AVDL, we'll keep an eye on that. AXSM is, we'll keep an eye on that. Anything recent new? Even AVDL, I'm not a big fan of AVDL. All right, so what else? Is there anything on the list that we should be aware of? IFF, HZMP. Let's check out then for sure. We are here to check. HZMP, Horizon, it popped up 6%, but there's no volume. See, that's a stock that has, so that's the problem. The stock has popped up 6%, but there's no volume. And it begs the question that why there is no volume. You know, daily chart, usually you have a lot of volume, but that doesn't look like a stock that is actively being traded with retail traders. So I'm not really sure if this is something that I want to look into that, because there is no activity on the pre-market, and you want this to be active. IFF, hit the scanner later. Again, just 100,000 shares volume. Does look decent. Yeah, it does. It seems that we traded in the past as well. IFF on a daily chart has a good range. There is a level down here at 124.80. Yeah, it could be a good stock for playing. Doesn't have a lot, again, doesn't have a lot of activity, but it's not that bad either. So, you know, definitely could, if you are interested to trading it, you can. What's the float on IFF? 100 million shares. Yeah, decent float. WDC, we traded WDC in the past a lot. The name seems very familiar. Yeah, again, the problem with WDC is, you know, great daily chart, everything is great, but just no volume. And again, I'm not gonna bother with that because there is no volume. And I think it's a decent watch list. MU, PCG, AMRN. I think it's a decent watch list. We really don't need to mess around with anything because, you know, when you have a good watch list, so why would you want to add anything on that? At least that's for me. So for me, on watch would be MU, PCG, AMRN, Uber, AVDL, Boeing and GOS, lower floats, XSM, mind the size. So that's for me. Oh, yeah. All right. So I'm putting everything on different chart. You know, again, we need one good trade. If I can get one good opening range break up on MU, I mean, that's going to make our day. So I really don't need to mess around with anything else. AMRN, just putting it up here. Boeing, or a nice opening range breakdown on Boeing would be nice. PCG, Uber. And again, for me, just one or good two trades. You really don't need to have a big size. Apple is making all-time high. And Boeing, XSM. Yeah, that seems pretty awesome, guys. So it looks like I've had everything ready for my different charts. AMRN, everything is ready. Any good food in London? So we went to a restaurant after the meetup. It was Duck and Tuffle or Duffel. I didn't have duck, but apparently the food was really good. The pastry was really good. I really like in London. There's in like Paris, there's a lot of good pastries and bakeries are very amazing, but nothing specific. No. Good morning. Yeah, thank you so much. So everything was great. Duck and waffle. Yes, thank you, Heather. Yes. Yeah. You guys had the duck and waffle, but I didn't. So I think I heard it was pretty good. Yeah, other than that, so, and you guys have noticed that, sorry, in the last couple of weeks, we were playing around with these badges around your name, and you got a lot of positive feedbacks. So the reason for these badges was we want to encourage more experienced traders to be active in the chat. That's why we just try to add these and remove these and play around with it. Well, thanks for being patient with us. But now everyone that you see has 1 star. These are traders that have been with us with more than a year. So by showing that badge and that they've been more experienced traders, and again, we're traders for 2 years. We have only just about 2 years. So you see the people with more star means that they have been more experienced and they've been with us for a longer period of time. So the whole idea is to encourage them to be more active in the chat and kind of recognize them. Like at airlines, they have these recognition plans and stuff. If you think there's a problem with that, so for example, who's the 2-star? Dinesh has been with us for over 2 years. So they have ZZ Top that over 2 years trading with us. Brendan Big Hussein has been with us for 2 years. So these are the trades. And again, I don't think we have any 3 or 4 star because we've been just around for 2 years. And so these stars are encouraging more experienced traders to be active in the chat and support the new members and these kind of things. And those diamonds means they're lifetime members. We can actually drop it because I don't think lifetime members really adds any value. I mean, you can become a lifetime member today and get a badge. I mean, there's really nothing value in that. But if you think there is anything wrong with that, guys, or you think you've been for a long time, you don't have any star, there might be in the back end, there's some problems with our website is based on WordPress, so we can definitely fix it for you guys. Yeah, the whole point is, sorry, it was a little bit how do I say, confusing for some people and distracting, but we have to figure it out that how we can actually have some recognition for more experienced traders, because we have a lot of traders, full-time traders, but they're not doing anything in the chat. And I agree with them. I mean, you can't really be active too much in the chat and also trade for your own account, especially when you're doing the real trading. You have to really focus on your decision making.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Andrew.
Good morning, Brian.
So good meetup in the UK.
Oh, really nice. Yes, really nice.
Awesome.
Helen did a great job finding the place. Pittman did also a great job organizing, and thanks for a lot of people who came, and really, really great time we had.
Have you put up any pictures yet?
Yeah, we did actually. I put a couple of on my Instagram, and also
Okay, cool.
we have a folder that you can actually go into here.
All right. Well, MU definitely looks a little strong. It's reporting this week, by the way. Everybody, I think they're reporting either, can't remember if it's Wednesday or Thursday earnings.
Yeah, well, that's great, because I definitely like to keep an eye on MU. Hopefully it doesn't run too much in the pre-market, and I hate that when the stocks are running too much in the pre-market, they make it a little bit difficult for open ranges.
Yep. Still moving higher here. AMRN had some news, and it's really selling off on that. It's popped up high. It popped up initially. Not really sure how to trade that quite yet. We'll have to wait to see. GOSS, GOSS, and WVE are both gapping down big time, but they're both above the VWAP right now. Yeah, exactly, Daniel. Clearly this was, or at least this could be an event, a news event that was sort of well known. Everyone bought into the what they knew, all the results they knew were coming. So it's possible it's just to sell the news event. I don't know.
Hey guys, thank you for joining us and sticking around while we get together. It's 3 minutes to the open, so take care again. Thank you for joining the pre-market show and also watching Andrew prepare his list. We will see you guys tomorrow, 8:30 Eastern time. Take care, guys.